listening to the Daily Yogi Podcast. Every weekday, I'll share timeless yogi wisdom in bite-sized relatable lessons you can apply immediately to help you expand your perspective on life. Before we begin today, I just want to remind you that this is the final week of the Daily Yogi Podcast. Friday, January 16th will be the last episode for now, as I shift my focus fully to the newsletter and to my family, especially with my son arriving. Daily Yogi continues every weekday in written form, just as it always has, and you can find the newsletter link in the description. I hope to see you there. Alright, let's begin. It is difficult today not to feel the weight of the world. News of war, persecution, famine, and political hatred reaches us instantly, no matter where we live. Entire populations are displaced or starving, while political parties, races, nations, and religions turn against one another with increasing hostility. Even when one's own life is filled with love, safety, and abundance, this constant awareness of suffering makes complete happiness feel elusive. I notice that I can feel it as a quiet, persistent sorrow that arises simply from knowing what others are enduring. One might think that this feeling is a sign of weakness, a sign of pessimism, but the yogis differ. They teach it's a sign of spiritual expansion. As your consciousness grows, the sense of separateness gradually dissolves. You no longer experience life as me versus the world. You start seeing yourself and others as participating in a shared human reality. In this state, joy and pain are no longer confined to you. Yogi Ramacharaka explains that when a person reaches this stage of spiritual consciousness, when the illusion of separateness has fallen away, indifference to the suffering of others becomes impossible. He writes, "In that day, man no longer will be content to enjoy luxury while his brother starves. He will not be able to oppress and exploit his own kind. He will not be able to endure much that today is passed over without thought and feeling by the majority of people. And why will he not be able to do these things? Simply because the man who has experienced this new consciousness has broken down the old feeling of separateness, and his brother's pain is felt by him. His brother's joy is experienced by him. He is in touch with others." This helps explain why someone who feels deeply connected to others may struggle to be fully happy in an unjust world. Personal comfort alone doesn't satisfy when other people's pain feels like yours. Joy still exists, yeah, but it's no longer separate or unbothered. The world's ache marks the widening of the heart. For the yogi, sorrow is a teacher that matures into responsibility, compassion, and right action. If this episode gave you something to think about, please leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you're listening. On Apple Podcasts, go to the show homepage, scroll down to the rating sections, then tap Write Review. On Spotify, go to the show homepage, tap the three dots, select Rate Show, and choose your stars. Reviews signal to the algorithm that this podcast is worth promoting and help new listeners discover the show. Thank you. Your support means a lot and goes a long way. And as always, take this reflection into the silence, and I'll see you next time.